Hi, I'm Kristen.
I'm Jim.
And we're here to talk to you today about winterizing your RV. We have the Momentum 376 THS, and we have a Nautilus system that comes in most of the Grand Designs.
The Nautilus P4. There are different ones out there. So if you're going to do this to yours, make sure you look up and see which model you have, because the knobs that you turn in here are different from model to model.
So let's check this out.
So the first thing you need to do in order to purge the water out of your system here, you need to go into your water management area. And in here is our Nautilus P4. As I said before, make sure you check and see which one you have. There are different models. I believe it's 1 through 4 currently.
So the first thing we're going to do is use this quick connect blowout plug. I'm going to connect it here to the city water connection area and connect it to our compressor, which we will have set to 30 psi so that we can blow air through our system safely.
So the first thing I need to do is remove our quick disconnect that we hook our hose up to for city water, and then connect the quick connect blowout plug that will hook our compressor up to. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is we're going to follow the guideline up here, the drawing, and it shows winterization. We got to change the plugs down here to match this. Currently we have it set up for city water, which basically is when we're camping, you hook a hose up to it, to here, and when the valves are in this position, you get your water from the campsite. But right now I'm going to turn it into winterization mode, which should be just this easy. Voila, winterization mode. Next, I'm going to take our compressor end. I'm going to place it on here, and we're going to push water through the system. First, we have to go inside and open a faucet to let the water get pushed through. So that's where we're going to go next.
So before you blow out your system, make sure you remove your water filter and take out the filter, and then screw this back on so that you are not blowing your lines through this. It just may not completely empty out your water lines with the filter still in there.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to hook up the quick disconnect end for my air compressor to the, what is this thing again? The quick connect blowout plug to blow the air and the water through the system and out the faucet. And Kristen's going to be in there paying attention to see what happens. Wish us luck.
All right, so we've come inside now to turn the water on our faucet so that we can start blowing the lines out. I'm going to start with the cold water.
Okay, so since this is our first time doing this, we did the cold side, I believe, on the kitchen faucet. So turned it off, disconnected, make sure nothing was going wrong. Everything appears to be good. Now we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to reconnect the air hose and blow out that line. So for our system, the way we're doing it, I have to connect and disconnect the quick release for the air compressor. I don't have a handle or a nozzle to turn it on and off, but it works. You put it on, you push air through, pull it off, it stops it. It's not hard.
So we just finished airing out the sink and getting all the water to come out of the sink lines for our winterization. Now we're going to move into the bathroom, and we are going to winterize the sink in there and the shower. And then we should be done. Water is flowing. Cutting over to the other one.
ready to flush the potty one last time for the season.
All right, let me tell the camera that we're flushing.
Okay.
Might not want to use that S word part. All right, so the shower is done. Last thing we need to do is the toilet itself. Don't forget that that has water, pressurized water in it as well, so that needs to be cleared out. So the one thing you may or may not have noticed during the video, while Kristen's inside taking care of the faucets and I'm out here pushing the air through the system, we're talking on walkie-talkies. It's so much easier than yelling back and forth. Even with these windows, they crack open so far and that's it. And at least on my neighbors aren't saying, you know, what the heck are they on about? Walkie-talkies. If you don't have them and you're doing this, they're great for this. They're great for backing in, pulling out of a spot. Very easy. Better than hand signals as well, in my opinion. So the next to the last thing that we need to do is drain the hot water tank, and we're going to show you that right now.
So the first thing we need to do to drain the hot water tank is remove this panel here. It's pretty simple. And there's your insides.
Okay, so what we need now is a 1/2-inch socket wrench, and for mine it's an 1 1/8" socket with an extender. We've used this for every RV we've owned. Well, this is the third, and they all seem to be standard. So 1 1/8" socket. This bolt here is what is keeping the hot water in the hot water tank. So we're going to undo this to remove the water. I forget the exact name of this. It's an anno rod. It helps collect hard deposits in the water, and a lot of campsites have it because you're on well water. So now, in order to get this to empty quicker, if you look up here, there's a pressure release valve. Once I pull that, this will really start going and kicking water out. So you want to get, do it from the side, get out of the way. This is an important step. If you forget to empty out your hot water tank and you're in a cold environment and it freezes, it's going to be expensive to be replaced. So do not forget to empty out your hot water tank. So instead of placing the anno rod back in and tightening it down, I don't want to create pressure in there. So for storage for the winter, honestly, what I usually do is I'll place this back in here, but the cover that goes on here is vented. I don't want any little creepy crawlies getting in here and crawling up inside. So all I do is take a blue, shop rag or paper towel for the shop, and I just put it in here like this. And it's not going to create pressure. It's not tightened down, and I'm not going to get any bugs in there over the winter. Now all it's really needs to do is you put your lid back on, and we're done.
Our RV is equipped with a generator, so before we put it away for the season, we do like to run it for about an hour to make sure that it doesn't get gunked up for the season. We can power our generator with our one-touch control. Once we have the generator running, we'll leave it running for about an hour just to make sure it works.
Okay, so the last thing we're going to do for winterization of the camper is we're going to treat the seals. So what I'm going to be using here is 3-in-1. It's RV Rubber Care Seal and Conditioner. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it on my rag. I'm using a microfiber cloth. and then you just wipe up and down on the seals. Try to get the insides as well. You want to keep them moisturized or whatever you want to call it, and we should be good to go.
So that's it for this video, folks. We'll see you again on our next video with some more RV maintenance or RV projects or just camping in our RV, or come check us out when we're hiking. Have a good time out there as well. Maybe there'll be some other fun things as well. So we'll see you on our next adventure. Bye, guys. Four.
Voila.
Unpressurized. It's gonna explode, Jim.
It is not going to explode.
Or even just camping. And sometimes we go out hiking